Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Fadlan Bayu Yumna Aska, student ID 240606110005. And today I will presenting the final exam of SPE about the Medina period during the time of Prophet Muhammad, presented by me and my friend Ahmad Barudin Azhar. The first slide is migration or hijrah and the formation of Medina society. Immigration of Prophet Muhammad to Yathrib, later called Medina, in 622 CE was not only an escape from persecution in Mecca, it was also an important political and social strategy that marked a new phase in Islamic history. Before Islam arrived, Medina often experienced conflict between the Aus and Khazraj tribes. Islam helped unite these divided groups. One of the Prophets whose action was building Al-Masjid An-Nabawi, or the Prophet Mosque. The mosque was not only a place of worship, it also served as a community meeting center, place for education, a military planning center, court for resolving disputes. It showed that Islam combined spiritual and public life into one complete system. And then, brotherhood between the Muhajirin and Ansar. After establishing the community, the Prophet created a strong bond between Muhajirin. Muhajirin is a migrant from Mecca, and the Ansar, the people of Medina. The Muhajirin had lost their homes, wealth, and family connection. To help them, the Prophet encouraged the Ansar to share their homes and their resources. His policy, first, is reduce tribal division. Second is strengthen social unity. Third, supported economic recovery. And fourth, created a strong Muslim community. The relationship is based on faith rather than tribal ties. And then next, the constitution of Medina and the political system. So Medina was home to Muslim, Jews, and other groups. To maintain peace and order, the Prophet established the Constitution of Medina. This document is often considered one of the earliest written constitution in history. Its main principles included, first of all, is religious freedom, and the second is protection of individual rights. The third, shared responsibility for defending Medina. The fourth is justice and rule of law. The fifth, peaceful conflict resolution. The Prophet served as the highest authority in legal matters and governance. And what is the Constitution of Medina and what is the main content of the Constitution of Medina? There are six main content of the Constitution of Medina. First is one community or ummah. It's all believers form one community, and tribal fanaticism was reduced. Loyalty was based on faith and shared agreements, and society was built on cooperation and commitment. Second is social rights and responsibilities, mutual assistance among community members, and then fairness and justice for everyone, and when criminal could not be protected, different group remain part of one order system. The third is protection of life and property. Safety of individuals was guaranteed, property rights were protected, oppression and injustice were prohibited, and these rules applied to all parties involved. For the next three main content of the Constitution of Medina, there is religious freedom, collective defense, and leadership and dispute resolution. What is religious freedom? Is Muslim practice Islam freely, and Jews practice Judaism freely. No one was forced to change beliefs. Different groups live together peacefully. The fifth is collective defense. All groups help defend Medina. Contribution depended on each group ability. Cooperation in political and military matters, and maintaining security and stability. The sixth is leadership and dispute resolution. Major dispute were referred to the Prophet. The Prophet acted as both religious and political leader. Public order and justice were maintained. The next slide is the economic system and financial independence. In economic system and financial independence, the Prophet also improved Medina's community. At the time, trade was often controlled by monopolies and unfair practice. To create a fair economic system, the Prophet established an Islamic market. The market prohibited usury, or we call it as a riba, and hoarding goods, fraudulent measurement, and price manipulation. And then uh, Islam also introduced zakat, like in the uh, wajib in Islam, in infaq, and sodaqah. The system helped distribute wealth more fairly and supported people in need, and creating a greater social stability. And then, so defense, security, and military ethics. In Medina, as a new stone, Medina faced many threats from outside and inside the city. The Prophet organized a defense system, but warfare was only allowed for self-defense and protecting religious freedom. Islamic military ethics prohibited killing civilians, harming women and children, attacking religious leaders like Ustad, maybe Jews too, and destroying place of worship, and damaging public facilities, and cutting down trees unnecessarily. The Prophet also preferred diplomacy and peaceful solution, as shown by the Treaty of Hudaybiyah, which promoted long-term peace and stability. And then last, for the conclusion, Islamic civilization developed gradually, beginning with strengthening faith and moral values, and later forming an organized social and political system. During the Median period, the Prophet successfully united diverse communities like Muhajirin and Ansar, reduced tribal conflict, and established a society based on justice, cooperation, and faith. The brotherhood between Muhajirin and Ansar, the constitution of Medina, and institutions such as Al-Masjid An-Nabawi became the foundation of a peaceful, organized, and prosperous society. Uh, Maybe this all from me. Uh, Thank you so much for your attention, and maybe this is my last presentation for SPE. As I say, thank you so much, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.